I've got limited time and I want to deal with a few more political issues. Let's quickly deal with coalitions.
Yes.
And you can use Ekurhuleni as an example. Do you have a hope that should the ANC fall below 50%, that we can have a decent conversation that can result in a coalition government that can actually function?
Do you know we had a functional government here in Johannesburg when the EFF put a mayor called Herman Mashaba through the DA?
Yeah.
It was working so well, delivering so well. Mashaba was doing everything we said to him must do. Mashaba didn't know Elias Mutswale Squadra camp was taken by the EFF there. Those toilets he provided was us. Mashaba didn't know Alexander. He stays here. He didn't know Alexander. He was brought here by the EFF to do cleanup campaign. Yeah. So we were not in government.
Yeah.
We just said, guys, do this thing. We're going to support you. How can a capitalist of note say we must insource security guards? We insourced the security guards here. Mashaba, if he was implementing a DA policy, in which DA policy was they insourcing of cleaners and security guards? So we are not driven by ego. What makes the coalition to fail is not because people can't work together. It's because the so-called bigger parties are driven by egos and want to dictate as if they won elections when they've not won elections. The first thing you need to do when you don't get 50%, you must know anything is possible. You know you're from Teflop. People used to lead SRC as president coming from SCO. Or some guy is popular, is an independent, he's coaching netball. And from there he gets elected as number one, and then Sasko just needs one vote. There's a guy who became a president of SRC in Teflop called Bafana. His popularity was netball. One vote. That guy said, no, I must be a president. And we made him a president, but took everything. Because the ANC and the DA can't differentiate between power and the glory. That's why the EFF was able to say in Ekurhuleni, well, put this mayor, we don't mind, we don't care. But we need 5 MMCs. Why? We knew that's where the power is. The mayor must cut ribbons. But whose ribbons, whose projects is the mayor going to cut ribbons for? It's our projects. We decide where this thing goes. So the ANC can't differentiate, and a lot of people can't differentiate between power and the glory. I'm prepared to give the EFF vote to the ANC nationally if he doesn't get 50%.
And you don't need the glory of being a deputy president.
No, I don't need that. Then I will make one demand: make Floyd Shibambo Minister of Finance. That's all.
I think they're going to refuse that.
Once we take that finance, because that's where the problem is, and the President Ramaphosa knows that. The problem in this country is the Department of Finance that is owned and controlled by Stellenbosch, and which engages in anti-poor policies. You need a radical, and it is so disappointing that a guy like David Masondo, who, by the way, taught us these things that we are talking about, goes there, and the next thing is counted in dinners with the Ruperts and them. Because we thought with the introduction of that guy, that thing is going to be radicalized.
You don't think he can be the next Minister of Finance if the ANC was in total power?
I will not support him. They can decide. I don't care who they decide. It's their own thing. But I'm saying to you, if I've got this power, that I can influence which decision. I'm not obsessed with being president or deputy president.
You know that conventions that are taking place.
I can outsign a president. If you make me a minister of sports, arts and culture,
that's probably why
you will think I'm a president.
That's probably why they're nervous. Don't you think so? That
they're not nervous.
Part of the conversations in the ANC about coalescing with the EFF is more about personality, that they can't stand to imagine you as deputy president of a country.
You see, my problem and what is going to kill me is a generational jealousy and envy, and not from anyone, from the people I grew up with, from the people I supported. They are the ones who are like, no, it's not going to happen. So I don't care about generational jealousy. I can die and 5 times and still wake up. I will still find them where they are. That's what they are. So they said, I killed the Youth League, right?
Yeah.
But do you know that our youth league, difference of the ANC, not of the ANC Youth League, of the ANC, when we organize a Youth League, 2011, in the history of the
solution
no,
for this one
to say
go.
Not this one and why?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think that was a bit of an irritation because you did tweet that was sort of distracting you from the work that was.
Did I speak about Naledi? You're making your own assumptions.
Yeah.
And then you want to put me in your own
so you
interpretation.
Didn't talk about that?
No, I didn't talk about it.
Tell me about
I don't have a problem with that.
Tell me about Carl Neos. A lot of people say this guy just arrived and he's already number 20 on the list.
Let them blame their own leaders. Remember, we went to Mabida. After Mabida, immediately we had a list.
Yes.
Carl Neos shocked me.
Yeah.
But not only shocked me.
By how
he was too high.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Muzwanel Manya was too high. And Busisiwe Mkhwebane.
Yeah.
Too high. We have never had to
intervene. Nothing to do with it.
We have never had to intervene with those people. For those people,
so
never.
So you're saying they have their own constituency, even within EFF, that has propelled them to be where they are?
Well, the EFF believes that there must now be an element of professionalism.
Yeah.
It's kind of Amanda. There must be people who are professionals, who understand this thing, and who have run some of the institutions before.
Yeah.
Jimmy has got Muzwanel is going to fight with me.
He's going to kill you.
But I know him from a long time ago. That's why I'm using wrong names. He's got his own experience.
Absolutely.
Carl Neos was Nelson Mandela's spokesperson, only accused of having lied about his mother passing away.
Yeah.
And collecting money from people. A mistake he has accepted and sincerely apologized. Why do you still want to kill him? Because he's a white man who must continue what apartheid did to him for saying you are an outcast. No. And for parliament, there is no restriction of when did you join.
Yeah.
No. For parliament, you can join today and go to parliament tomorrow.
Yeah, I see that.
But for the EFF structures, you cannot. So Mzwanele, Busisiwe Mkhwebane, Carl Neos and them.
Yeah.
Mzobe in KZN, we're going to conference now of the EFF in December. They don't qualify to stand for the strike, because what is important to us is to safeguard the organization called the EFF and be led by people that we know have been in the trenches with us for a particular period. Once we secure the EFF, there's nothing we can't secure, because if you go to parliament and you are a wrong person, with a secured, solid organization, we can recall you from parliament. And there's nothing we can do. We have recalled them before. They thought they were powerful.
I'm told we've got 1 or 2 calls. So let's see whether we can take 1 or 2 calls before we round off tonight. Good evening. Go for it. Good evening. Okay, it doesn't look like we've got any call,